young, since I was young, maybe 4 or 5 years old, he used to run the market for the Nation of Islam, and so he would bring, he would do inventory. He would bring the boxes of groceries home, and he'd be up all night in there counting. So I'd go in there and say, "Here, kid, come me count these boxes. You count the tissue, and then count the canned goods, and then count this." And so he would always tell me that we're doing work for the messenger, for the Only Elijah Muhammad. We're working for the Only Elijah Muhammad. And so I never forgot that. Ever since I was young, I never forgot that. Ever since I was young, he's always been working in the community. And when the Your supermarket, when it would, because we had, Los Angeles had a very large supermarket. It had a supermarket that compared to some of the biggest markets that you would go to in the stores. It compared to some of the biggest markets, and we're talking about in the early 70s.
Wow.
So the Your supermarket, it was big, especially in the Los Angeles area. It was big, very big. And so my father used to run the market, and as a young person, I would go through the market like I owned it, because they said it was your supermarket. It's my supermarket. That was my spirit and that was my attitude. But my father's always been working for the community, and when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad passed and when the market went away, he continued to work. He continued to work in the community. He continued to do work in the community. So he continued to work in the community, and he began to work for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's son, Imam W.D. Muhammad. Continued to work. And so for me, being young in the community, we got a lot of brothers. We got a tribe. It's a tribe of us. And so whenever the believers would see me around at the masjid or at the school, they would say, "Oh, that's Brother Haaziq's son." They would just call me. I'm like, "I don't even know you." They just say, "Hey, come here, brother. We need you to do this. We need you to do that," because they knew that my father was a worker. So they expected the same work from me. So so I always said when I was young, I said, "Man, when I get older, I'm gonna start, commanding that, they got to ask me first. They're going to have to ask me to do something, So when they told me I'm going to be on the Ramadan session, I said, well, here we go again. But I'm honored to be here. It's something, when you have a relationship with Imam Muhammad, I can just remember so many memories of Imam Muhammad, some of the things that he would share with us. Allah has blessed our family, because my father's been a worker, to have different experiences with Imam. Many different experiences with Imam. And so we would always go to Northern California from Los Angeles. We'd go to Northern California, because Imam had lived in Oakland for a while.
Yeah.
So we were blessed because he was in California. So we were happy. We were like, yeah, we're going to see Imam. We're going to see Imam. And so we went to one of the events. It was the Evening of Elegance, and we were staying at the Motel 6. That was our favorite spot on Higginberg Road in Oakland. And so while we had just left one of the functions at the masjid, we were on our way to the hotel. And so we driving, and we were driving in my grandmother's car. My grandmother, my father's mother, she had a Datsun B210, one of the little bitty compact cars. Now, for those of you who see me and my brother, we were always tall at this age. 12, 13, we were tall. We were tall just like we tall now. So all of us are squads up in this car, We were all in the car, but we were kind of stair-stacked. So me being the oldest, you could tell that I was the oldest because we kind of were stair-stacked back then. But now you can't tell the difference now. But so we driving, and you know how sometimes you see something, and then you say, dang, is that what I saw? Did I just see what I saw? But you're not sure, but you said, that's what I saw. So we're riding on Higginberg Road, and we're rolling down the road, and I'm sitting in the front seat, and my brother's in the back. And I was looking, I say, did I just see Imam Muhammad? I'm saying to myself, did I just see Imam Muhammad? And my father, he's rolling down, he's rolling. And so my mind was, you know, going fast, and I was thinking, I had a split second, I said, that was Imam Muhammad. So I said to myself, Daddy, I saw Imam Muhammad. So I blurted out, Daddy, I just saw Imam Muhammad, right? And so he said, what? Are you sure? I said, yeah, Daddy, that was him. So, you know, on Hagenberger Road, you know, you had to kind of go up and make a turn. But of course, you know, my father said, you know, he just busted an illegal U-turn, right? Now, after I said that, I'm praying, because I'm saying now, I know that's what I saw, but I didn't put it out there, and so now I'm praying. I'm saying, oh, Allah, let that be Imam. Right? Yeah. And so we pull up and it was Imam Muhammad. He was stuck in the island. You know, he was stuck in the island. But I was so thankful, and I'm praying, I'm thankful, and I'm so happy. I was like, oh, Imam Muhammad, thank you. So just imagine if I was wrong. You know, those of you, you know, who know my father, boy, that would have been a security beat. So we picked up Imam Muhammad, and so my father said, Brother Imam, where are you going? He said, come on, get in. And we jumped out like security. We was trained back then. We jumped out real quick, got out the car. And this is where traffic is going on. So we had to move quick, right? Yeah. So Imam Muhammad was kind of shocked. He was like, whoa. He saw this car pull up so fast and people jumping out the car. But we said the right words, so he said, okay, it's cool. So he got into the car. And so we all squads up in the car. And my grandmother, she had, my grandmother's a Christian, and she had her Jesus fish, you know, big right there on the dashboard, real big. So my father was kind of very apologetic. He was like, oh, Brother Imam, I'm so sorry. I apologize, you know. So, you know, Imam Muhammad, in his wisdom, he said, oh, no. He said, no, if that's what your mother is, you have to respect that. Yes. He said, respect that. If your mother's a Christian, respect that. He dropped something real heavy, you know. And so we were his guests at the dinner for the next night. And one of the things that he said, he was, you know, we were just kind of talking. He was just, you know, we were having a little dialogue. And so we all excited, all my brothers, you know. And so he had said, Imam Muhammad had said that, he said yes, you all, he was actually talking about my brother. He said, he's your brother, he's going to make a great imam. He was talking about my brother Ideal, but you know, he said he'll make a great imam one day. And so I'm just thinking and reflecting on how all this stuff came about. And the first time Imam Elam had asked one of my brothers to speak, he actually asked my brother Ideal. So my brother Ideal actually passed the buck to me. So that's how I got there. You know, probably not. You know, and I have to say this too, you know, because growing up in the community, when I was young, we used to be called Bilalians. How many of y'all remember Bilalians? Y'all remember that? Yeah. So when they would ask me, they say, what are you and who are you? I would say, I'm a Bilalian. So I'm a Bilalian, because Imam Muhammad had told us we were Bilalians at that point, right? Yeah, so I'm a Bilalian. And Allah blessed me to go to Hajj in 1995. Allah blessed me to go to Hajj. And as I was in the plane on the way to Hajj, I was just reflecting because they had made an announcement, you are now passing over the borders of Africa. And so as I was in the plane, I was just reflecting. I said, wow, Allah is blessing me to go past the motherland where they say all of civilization began, to the house of Allah, where your soul originates.